Can you hear me good, bro?
Yeah, you coming in loud and clear.
All right. All right, Akim Shalom.
Shalom.
Kahalayim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai
God,
Bahasham
by Hashem,
Rakakadash.
Yeshakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Much peace, love, and salutation to the whole elect, pushing the word of truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Uh, keep in mind, brother, there might be a like a 5 second delay between me and you, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
So we back at you again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah with another sit down lesson. And on the word of the week is prophecy. So we're gonna get right into that. Um, the title of this lesson is what? Prophecy is our primary focus. We're not worried about anything else. The only thing we're concerned about is prophecy. All the smoke and mirrors that goes on in this society, all the false flag events, all the distractions that are set up to distract the minds of the people. We're not worried about none of that shit. Our primary focus is on the prophecies. So the main prophecies that we're looking forward to are the MOTP and the World War III, mainly. Those are the main two, but you can't also forget about the MOT. I'm sorry, you can't forget about the race wars and the concentration camps and martial law and things of that nature that's going to come down also. But our primary focus that we are worried about to get the hell up out of America, Babylon the Great, is the MOTB and World War III. So that is what we hoping for, that these things come to pass quickly. That the scripture says we hastening the day. We're hastening the day. We wanted that day to come quickly when the Lord is going to perform his prophecies that he spoke by the mouth of his prophets in these times that we're living in now. So, do you have any opening, statements, brother?
I don't have anything at the moment, brother.
All right, so we're gonna get right into the scriptures that we have queued up concerning the MOTB, and if anything else we have through the Spirit, we're gonna bring it out, Lord willing, and it'll be edifying to the hopeful elect that need to the sheep of Yahweh Shai that need to hear these words. You got it, brother.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, starting at verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
All right. So when we go to the Greek and we look up the word beast in the Greek, let's look it up real quick. The word there is
Strong's G 2342. Therion. Therion.
therion, which means what? Um, Metaphorically, a brutal, bestial man, savage, ferocious. Now, this beast that's coming up out of the earth is referring to America, you see, which is what? Brutal, bestial man, savage, ferocious. Who is America ruled by? It's ruled by the Edomites, which the Edomites are known as a brutal, a very, very beastly type of person. Which
Khan.
definitions that describe Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the so-called white race. So this beast that come out of the earth is referring to America. When it says he had two horns like a lamb, it's referring to the two-party system known as the Democrats and the Republicans. Also that actually goes back to the Roman Empire, because America is nothing but the second version of the Roman Empire, the plebeians and the patricians, the two-party system that existed in Rome. You could do your research on that. So America is got their two-party system, and most of their government, not your government and their law system from the Roman Empire. It says, and he spake as a dragon, because of the draconian legislations that will ultimately be passed and are being passed by um, Babylon the Great, America, and draconian goes back to the ancient. Let's get into the history, which we already done this for. Draconian. It says of pertaining to Draco, the ancient Greek statement in reference to laws. See, it's all about laws because ultimately it's going to be made mandatory under law that you got to take the jail under the penalties of death or, many other tactics that Esau have to X out those that don't want to follow his plans. It says rigorous, extremely severe or harsh. All right, let's read something. It says Draco is a Latinized from the Greek Dracon, name of the archon of Athens, who laid down a code of laws for Athens, 621 BCE, that mandated death as punishment for minor crimes. See? So what America is going to do is push a draconian legislation upon the people to get them to submit to what Big Brother wants them to do. If you've ever seen the movie 1984, you know what Big Brother means. You know who Big Brother is. If you ever want to check that movie out, right now, as recently, I know for the past week, the movie 1984 has been on Tubi, Tubi. So if you want to ever check out that movie 1984, it is on Tubi. So you can easily look at that movie and see, how Esau really wants to do this, want to control everything. So America is that beast that came out of the earth with two horns like a lamb, which is talking about the Republicans and Democrats, and that spake as a dragon, talk about the draconian legislations. Go ahead, brother. The Draco laws, the severe laws that ultimately will be passed. You got it, brother.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 12. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth.
Wait, brother. You good? He exercised all the power of the first beast before him, which is what? The Roman Empire. Because what? America gets their damn near everything from the Roman Empire. Why do we have to know Roman numerals, man?
That's right.
Why do we have to know Why do we have to know Latin when we're studying the law? When you go to law school, you got to learn these different Latin terms. Example, habeas corpus. You see? Why do we need to know Latin? Why is Latin on a dollar bill? Why?
God.
Novus Ordo Seclorum. Why is that on our dollar bill? What does it mean? Because America is nothing but Rome all over again. You look at Roman Senate. Rome had a Senate.
Right.
America has a Senate. You see? The same government that Rome had is the same and it's similar to what America has today.
God. Even the architectural structures, brother, from the White House all the way to the courthouse.
Why does the architect look similar to the Romans? Because it's the same people. They're Edomite. Go look at Petra. It looks the same way.
Right.
Look at this, man. Look at this. It's the same way, the same carvings, the same design. Because it was done by the same people. The Edomites. Look at the design, man. Look at the design. Look how it's built. Because it was built by the same fucking people. You got it up. Let me see. Yeah. You got it.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, starting again at verse 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and called the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
Right, because at one point the Roman Empire fell. And that deadly wound being healed is an example of America, or an example of Rome coming back into power, which is what? America. You can look up, you could do research on the similarities between ancient Rome and America today, and you will find out a lot of information. A lot of the things that are in America today, they got it from Rome. Cause so America is the example of that deadly wound being healed because Rome ultimately came back into power, but it's just under a new name. It's just America today. You see, Rome is the new America, and the same way Rome conducted itself, it's the same way America did. Let's see, American highways are similar to ancient Rome. All right. All right, let's see. I went on Google and I typed in American highways are similar to ancient Rome. It says American highways are similar to ancient Rome roads in that both systems were designed for military and civilian purposes, feature advanced engineering for their time, utilize a layered construction with drainage, and connect vast network of cities and towns. See? That is the same way America's highways were. I'm sorry, ancient Rome roads. Comparison of ancient Rome roads to modern roads. It's on Facebook. It's not really a credible source. Let's see. Without a single degree, they built us roads that last in time. No. Let's see. Hold on. Thought this was just gonna be. Let's see. The roads of the Roman Empire. Roman concrete and road building technology contributed to the amazing endurance of ancient Rome roads. I might look into this later, but I just want to find an article that just makes it very simple. But ancient Roman roads were similar to the way Americas are today. I'm gonna read some more. This is, however, modern highways face vastly different traffic loads and employ more advanced modern materials and technologies, leading to shorter lifespans compared to the exceptionally durable, historically preserved Roman roads built with labor-intensive, over-engineered techniques. Similarities. Purpose and scale. Both road systems were built to connect major centers of power and commerce, enabling rapid troop movement, and
Right.
facilitate damn, it's a tongue twister. Felicitating trade. Felicitating. I'm sorry, I had to slow down a little bit. Felicitating trade, and that's the same thing that's used for America's roads today.
Right.
You know,
They constructed in a way that the military can have easy access to different cities to pretty much, put them up under siege, which is going to be apparently, when they implement martial law.
That is true. There are actually many different indicators on the roads, on signs to point the military in the right direction when it comes to rapid deployment. But let's keep on. This is engineering principles. Both Roman and modern roads builders understood and applied principles of drainage, compaction, and stable subbase to distribute loads and prevent erosion. Layered construction. The concept of building roads in layers from a compacted subgrade up to define the surface remains an essential technique in both ancient in modern road construction. Network design. Both systems are vast networks that serve as the backbone of their respective societies' infrastructure, with roads radiating from central points like Rome or modern or major American cities. Military utility. The U.S. interstate highway system, like its Roman predecessor, was also championed for its military usefulness, with General Eisenhower inspired by ancient German Autobahn. So, what is the point of us bringing out this information? America gets many things from its daddy, which is the Roman Empire. So, you got it, brother. Back in Revelations.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 13. And he doeth great wonder, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
So what? So what? When did America make fire come down from heaven in the sight of men? A very, 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 very powerful fire. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know, that's when America bombed those two Japanese cities with the atomic bomb, and it's real, literal history. All right, I went on Google. I typed in atomic bomb. This is the first time that any weapon like this was ever used. When was the first nuclear? I'm gonna just type in nuclear bomb dropped. All right, when was the first nuclear bomb dropped? The first nuclear bomb used in warfare was dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. The uranium-filled bomb, nicknamed Little Boy, was dropped by the American B-29 bomber Enola Gay during World War II. See, this is the first time that any bomb was used of this magnitude, man. You see, before this, there's never been technology that was this advanced. America was the first nation to develop these type of bombs, man, and it's all because of Bible prophecy. See,
right?
Real quick, let's get Isaiah chapter 54 and 16, because they didn't create these bombs under their own will because they wanted to do this and do that. They might have thought they did, but it was all through the Spirit. It was the Heavenly Father Yahweh working on their minds to create these bombs for a purpose, of a secret purpose, something they knew nothing about. And that was to destroy themselves. You see, the Lord gave them, Yahweh gave them the knowledge. He gave them the wisdom. He gave them the technology to split the atom and create something that was so destructive that it was comparable to the destruction of when the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah by fire and brimstone. The Lord literally gave them that technology to create that fire and brimstone for the purpose of what? Prophecy. You got it, brother.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, starting at verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
Right. So the Lord created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire. It's talking about these different scientists that he gave the knowledge to create these missiles, to create these bombs, to split that atom and cause a fusion of these different materials or these different elements. I'm sorry, not materials, elements. He created he gave them the knowledge to fuse these different elements to create something that was very, very powerful and very, very destructive. You see? So read that again, brother.
This is the
Actually,
book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
mhm.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
Now a normal person might look at that scripture and ask, what is that talking about? That's why the prophets are here. We are here through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua, the true God of the Bible, to break down what this means. Because if you look
That's
at it
right.
for face value, you won't understand what it's talking about. But we're gonna tell you what it's talking about. Behold,
Exactly.
the smith
The
um,
scientists,
is
those
the
scientists.
because
Right.
they're the ones that are responsible for putting these missiles together. You can look that up, bro. You can look that up on Google. Who was responsible? It was you look at the movie Oppenheimer, man. There was those scientists that got together in a private location and ran tests and fused things and put things together to come up with something that was very, very destructive.
Con. And to further, the go into the fact that it was the Most High that gave them the knowledge. They was astonished at what they had created once they had created it.
Yeah, they was scared. Some of them
Yeah.
was afraid. They was scared of what they had on what that's that uh-oh type of look. Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
have we done?
What have I done?
What have I
Hmm.
done? But see, it wasn't of their own selves.
That's right.
The Heavenly Father controls everything. Hold on, let me see. Uh oh, can you get the book of Proverbs? Man's goings are of the Lord.
Uh, what chapter, verse, brother? I don't know it right off.
I got you, bro. I'm gonna search it real quick. Proverbs 20 and 24.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, starting at verse 24. Man's goings are of the Most High Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way?
See, man's goings are of the Lord. So the Lord put it in their spirits to create this instrument, this waster, because it was going to be used to put an end to Esau. He's going to be destroyed by his own blessing. That's how bad the God of the Bible is. He gave you the technology and the willpower to create something that's so destructive. But the reason why he gave you the knowledge to create it is because he wants you to destroy your damn self.
That's right.
Because Russia is going to beat America at its own game. America was the first nation to ever create bombs, these nuclear bombs. But guess what? Russia is the nation that has detonated the strongest nuclear missile. Okay, let's verify that. Who detonated? Who detonated the first hydrogen bomb? Wait, was it America? Yeah, it was America that just detonated the first hydrogen bomb. Who detonated the strongest hydrogen bomb? All right, and this is from Google. It says the strong hydrogen bomb most likely refers to the Tsar Bomba, the most powerful nuclear weapon ever detonated, which was tested by the Soviet Union. You see, you don't think they still have this knowledge of how they created this nuclear bomb so powerful? Let's go to Google again. Who has the strongest nuclear nuclear bomb? Let's see. Well, it still go back to Tsar Bomba. The strongest nuclear bomb ever detonated was the Soviet Union's Tsar Bomba. in 1961, which yielded a 50 megaton, had a yield of 50 megatons, while Russia, the successor of the Soviet Union, still possesses nuclear weapons. The Tsar Bomba was unique, highly yield device and the most powerful weapon ever tested, not a bomb currently in active service. Yeah, that's what they tell you. They might still have this bomb in their back pocket, man. You think they're just gonna create one of them? Come on, man. Don't be so gullible. Let me rephrase that. Who has the strongest intercontinental CBMs? Because that's what they're called today. They're called intercontinental ballistic missiles. So Russia is widely considered to be the most powerful intercontinental. Intercontinental means it can travel from one continent to another. Ballistic missiles with its RS-28 Sarmat, also known as Satan II, due to its advanced capabilities, including hypersonic. I'm sorry, damn, I clicked on the link. Hypersonic glide vehicle and fractional orbital bombardment system potential, and its status as the world's longest range and most powerful intercontinental ballistic missile system. Other significant ICBMs with long ranges include China's DF-41, which is Dongfeng, and the American Minuteman III, though the Sarmat's capabilities are currently unmatched by those of other nations. So Russia has the most advanced nuclear missiles because you know why? Do you know why Russia has the most powerful missiles? Because the Heavenly Father Yahweh is dealing with them on a level he's giving them that extra boost they need to defeat Babylon the Great, who according to Bible prophecy. So let's go back to Revelation chapter 13.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, starting again at verse 13. And he does great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Go ahead. We just discussed that. That's the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki by America during World War II. Go ahead, bro.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Right. So these miracles was referring to this technology that he has and he's doing currently, with the different the main things that's catching people attention now is what Esau could do with this Neuralink technology. And there are many other companies that are getting into brain chipping people, having paraplegic people and people that are crippled walk again and shit like that. Those are the miracles, that are being exercised by Esau on the left-hand side with this technology. And that's what's going to deceive the minds of the people to ultimately following after this beast system and having trust and confidence and faith in it. You got it, brother.
And they also using those things to create super soldiers, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right, which had a wound by a sword and did live, because what that just the revival of the Roman Empire, which is America. You see, go ahead, bro.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
So if you don't want to follow it, the system, the image of the beast is not Caesar Borgia. You see, the image of the beast is the system that ultimately Esau is establishing for this new world order. Religion plays a part in it. The LGBT is a part of the image of the beast. There are many different factors that play a role in the image of the beast, the image of this system. See, this is what he wants to establish, and he wants the world and everybody in it to obey it. It's a part of his NWO, which is New World Order. You got it, brother.
And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right. So he caused it all because money, paper dollars is going to be obsolete. You see, Trump just erected a statue of himself holding a Bitcoin. What is that all about? You see, America wants to move forward, but America has handlers. There are people that are in the background that's calling all of the shots and telling these puppet masters what to do, because they're the
That's
puppet
right.
master. And what they do, what they want to bring is a society, a cashless society, a society where CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, are the new norm or the new form of trade, the new form of currency. You have Trump talking about a digital dollar. What is that all about? You see, these devils want to bring a system that is digitalized, and paper money, physical money, coins, pennies, dimes, quarters, nickels, all of these things are obsolete. Even dollar bills. Got the $1 bill, $2 bill, 5, 10, 20, 50, $100 bills. All of these things are going to be obsolete. Cash is going to be banned out of the system. And they're going to come with a digital system or a digital dollar. You see, paper money is going to be a thing of the past. And this is going to fall right into what Esau wants you to do, because he wants you to take a device, which is the chip, the RFID microchip, or the NFC chip, near field communication chip. That's what he wants to put inside your body. There are already people that are taking the microchip. Let's type in some in Google. What countries have the most chipped population? See what it says. All right. In terms of vocabulary, human microchipping, Sweden has the highest chipped population. While precise total numbers are difficult to verify, the country is widely recognized as the pioneer in the voluntary use of microchips, with thousands of Swedes receiving implants. You see? So what we're bringing out, what we're bringing to your attention is not folklore. It's not fiction. It's real. It's not something we had an epiphany overnight. The MOTB is real, bro. These people are literally being chipped because that's what they want. They want to get rid of the dollar. Let's see. Let's look at this. This is in 2018. This came out 2018, November 13, 2018. Some 4,000 Swedes have microchipped their hands. 5 other nations to follow suit. You see? More than 4,000 Swedes have microchipped their IDs into their hands, and 5 other nations might do the same. See? This is what we're warning you about. This is what the God of the Bible is warning you about. It says the chip, the size of a grain of rice, has the power to access homes, offices, make cashless payments, board the trains, and even attend concerts. Priced at $180, microchips are gradually, you see, gradually, look up that word, gradually, in a gradual way, slowly, by degrees. It says slowly, moderately, unhurried, cautiously, gently. See, he's gradually, slowly becoming an and anything in Sweden due to their convenience and affordability. That's what it's all about. The main word is convenience. That's how it's gonna
Yeah,
you're gonna deceive
yeah, they,
many people thinking it.
yeah. Basically, what the people's gonna do, they're gonna choose convenience over consequences. You know, they're gonna make it enticing and gonna make it. They're gonna make it look so you know, like so worthy that hey, people gonna fall for it without really realizing the
And that's
consequences behind it.
and that's the thing, brother. They don't know the consequences of it. A lot of people are ignorant. You know what the word ignorant means? It means not to know. You know what they say? Ignorance is bliss. What does ignorance is bliss means? If you don't know about something, you don't care to know about something. You don't care to know about it. Ignorance is bliss. Meaning, ignorance is bliss. The saying ignorance is bliss originated in 1768 from the English poet Thomas Gray. The meaning was never to blah, 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 blah. Hold on. The meaning was never to say that being stupid makes you happier, but instead being less informed can be blissful. See? Let's look up the word blissful. Blissful meaning extremely happy, providing perfect happiness or joy. So some people are happy being ignorant. I know that sounds stupid, but people are happy being ignorant.
Right.
People are happy when they don't know things. You see? So ignorance is blissful. Ignorance is bliss. Let's look up on bliss. Let's see what it says. Bliss, happiness, grace, favor, happiness. So ignorance is blissful. Let me type in ignorance is bliss. Simple meaning. All right, this is the simple definition or the simple meaning. It says ignorance is bliss, used to say that a person who does not know about a problem does not worry about it. See, a lot of people not worried about the microchip. They don't know about the microchip and they're not worried about it because ignorance is blissful. They're happy
Some
not.
people, some people choose to be ignorant. They choose, you know, they don't want to know.
They don't want to know. They don't want their happiness ruined. But too bad, man.
That's right. You know, it made me think about when we be telling people about that pork. You know, hey, they don't want to hear that, man. They go in one ear right out the other.
Yeah.
Something just simple as not eating pork.
Yeah. This is the book of 1 Corinthians 14 and 38. But if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So the elect, the men of the Lord, are not ignorant of Satan's devices, which we know one of his main devices is cunning or deceiving this whole world to take that microchip. And the scriptures also say if man be ignorant,
You're breaking up, brother.
Can you hear me, brother?
You're coming in loud and clear now, but you was breaking up a minute ago.
Count the water, bro. So the Lord has put us up on game, so we're not ignorant to what Esau wants to bring. He wants to bring that microchip, but a lot of people mainly our people, Israelites, they don't care to know about the MOTB. They don't want to care about it. They don't want to know about it until it's in their fucking face, and there's nothing else you could do about it. You see? A lot of people gonna wait to the last minute to realize what the hell is going on, and then it's gonna be too fucking late. They're gonna be casualties. They're gonna be in too deep to the point that they can't get themselves out of it, and there's nobody else that's gonna come and deliver you and save you from that situation. Your ass just gonna fucking die. So let's go back to Revelations 13. You got it, brother.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, starting again at verse 16. And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Now let's dissect that word mark. The Greek word there for mark is charagma. We're going to read the definition, which means a stamp, an imprinted mark. The mark is stamped on the forehead, blah, blah, blah. The mark branded upon horses that show you it's a fleshy thing. It says a thing carved, sculpted, graven work. So let's leave the stronger definition. It says a scratch or itching, a scratch into what? Into your flesh, i.e. a stamp, badge of servitude. So let's go to the other word, which is karax, which means a pale or a stake or a palisade or rampart. That is referring, it says, let's go to the Strong's different. It says to sharpen to a point. Through the idea of scratching a stake. This is the delivery system that's gonna put the chip inside of you. You know, a pill or a stake is referring to that hypodermic needle that is gonna pierce into your skin to put the chip inside you. Because if you ever watched any videos, you've seen somebody quote unquote being chipped, they have a hypodermic needle and they stick it inside their flesh, and that's how they insert the chip inside of you, because that hypodermic needle is gonna pierce or cut or insist or make an incision into your flesh. So that's talking about the delivery system. Now, when you go to the root word, grapho.
Strong's G 1125. Grapho. Grapho.
Grapho, which means what? To write with reference to the form of letters. Let's see, where's that record? It should say record somewhere in here. Aha, there you go. To commit writings, things not to be forgotten, written down, record. What is that referring to? That's referring to all of the information or the records that's going to be on the chip. If you go back to that, what we just read earlier about the Sweden microchipping, it said that their information would be on there, their IDs, their medical history. That is what grapho is referring to. So these Greek words cover all levels. It covers the actual chip. It covers the delivery system, which is the karax or parallel stake, which is the hypodermic needle, and also covers the grapho, which is what? The information that's going to be on the chips, your medical information, your criminal history, your job, you know, all of these things are going to be embedded inside of the chip, inside of Esau's new system that he wants to create for you. So you got it, brother. Read that scripture again.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, starting again, verse 16. And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Right, because in their right hands or in their foreheads, between the thumb and index finger is where the most heat is, because that's what's gonna power the chip, because it needs to be powered, right? It's gonna use you to power it. And also, Neuralink, the foreheads is referring to brain chipping. They already having brain, people that are getting brain chips, man. Neuralink is the progenitor, and amongst many other companies that are pushing forward chipping people. You got it, bro.
Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right, which all these things are one and the same. If you don't have them, if you have the MOTB, according to that implants, you're going to be able to buy and you're going to be able to sell. You have certain videos out there that show you that people are out there buying stuff by just swiping their hands because they have a chip in their hands. Let's Google that. People buying things with their hand because of a microchip. Ah, damn it. Where the hell? All right, can you hear me, brother? Still?
Yeah, you fine.
Let me see. I didn't try to do that. What the hell happened? Oh, okay. I had opened another tab for some reason in another. All right. It just showed me a completely different answer. All right. People buying things with their hand because of microchip. The technology allowing people to pay with a microchip implant in their hand is a real, though niche form of biohacking. It works using the same near field communication technology found in contactless credit cards and mobile payment apps. Because what your credit cards have what's in them? They have chips in them.
Right.
And what they're gonna do? Put that chip inside of you. It says how it works. Implantation. A small rice-sized chip is encased in a biocompatible material and implanted under the skin. Under the skin. Most commonly in fleshly areas between the thumb and forefinger. The procedure is often performed by a body modification specialist, not a doctor. Activation. The user links the chip to a digital wallet account via a company's smartphone app, popular provider in European company Walletmore. Payment. When the user waves their hands near a compatible contactless payment terminal, the terminal's magnetic fields powers the chip. The chip then transmits the payment data to complete the transaction. No battery needed. The chip does not require battery, as it is powered by the payment. It is powered by the payment reader when activated. All right, so the microchip implants let you pay with your hand, so you can see it. This is gonna be the new form of currency. Ain't gonna be no dollars, no coins, none of that. The new currency is gonna be those microchips, and that's gonna be implanted inside of people. You got it, brother.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
So 666. That's Esau's number. He loves that number 6, man. So when you do a lot of research, you will see that 666 is embedded in a lot of shit when it comes to America. All right. One thing 666 is inside of is every barcode in America. Look it up. Look at every barcode. You will see 6, 6, and 6, because the creator of the barcode had a specific job. He was appointed to create he was appointed to create these. He's the creator of the Universal Product Code. I says George Joseph Loyer. Now, if you notice, what you notice about this man, every single last one of his names have 6 letters in it. George has 6, Joseph has 6, and Loyer has 6. That's the vibration of Esau. It says was an American engineer for IBM, which is International Business Machines, at Research Triangle Park in North Carolina. He published 20 bulletins, held 28 patents, developed the Universal Product Code in the early 1970s. So we already know that this MOTB system has been in plans, has been a part of the elite's plans for a very long time. So this is the man that's responsible for creating all of the barcodes that you see today. And every single last one of those barcodes have 666, 666 in them. That's not by coincidence. That's by design. They did it that way. You see? When you look up the Greek word for 666, it goes back to the word chi-sai stigma, which we're going to focus on is the word stigma in the Greek, because it describes the chip, and that it describes it as something that is it's something that is physical. Let's look it up. Stigma, Strong's G 4742, stigma.
Strong's G 4742, stigma.
So this right here, this definition, this word proves to you that these things are actually physical. It's something that's going to go inside your body. It says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. See, look, that's what this microchip is going to be. Now, if you go back to ancient Rome used to prick. They used to did ancient brand people. All right, let's do some research. Did ancient Rome brand people? It says yes. Ancient Rome used branding, particularly for slaves, as a method of marking ownership and as a punishment for crimes like theft or attempting to escape. You know what the MOTB is? It's nothing but a digital brand. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
When they put that chip in you, you're basically branded with their digital system that has all of your information, that has all of your everything about you, your criminal history, your medical history. You see? That's what this is.
That's right. It's an indication that you're owned by the New World Order. The beast system. You're property of the beast system. Because the functionality of those RFID chip, can be manipulated from another source. They can be controlled, or they can be shut down. They can possibly even cause death.
All right. I went on Google and I typed in, how could people be branded today by technology? It says today technology brands people not with physical marks, but with pervasive digital identity.
God.
Bro, we are not making this shit up, man. This is factual. And it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua. This is prophecy. Prophecy of the MOTB, the mark of the beast, the microchip, the NFC chip that Esau wants to put in you, man. It says the C-hip or right.
You know, it's amazing that all this information that we have access to is some people still say they don't know what it is.
Right. I'm gonna scroll down. It says the permanent digital footprint. Every online action and interaction leaves a persistent record that can be used to label and define an individual. Possessive tracking. Your online activities is tracked constantly, even without your direct input. Your IP address, browsing history, and online shopping behavior all contribute to a passive digital footprint that builds a profile for advertisers and data brokers. Reputation damage. Past online behavior, such are old social media posts, conventional comments, or inappropriate photos can resurface at any time and have serious consequences for personal and professional reputations. Screened for opportunities. Employers, academic institutions, and even romantic partners frequently search for information about a person online. A messy digital footprint can lead to being denied jobs, scholarships, or other opportunities. So, the vulnerabilities of digital brand. Technology can also create a brand that is deceptive or fragile with negative consequences for the individual. Commodification of self. The pressure to maintain a perfect personal brand can lead to commodification of self, or where authenticity is replaced by carefully managed performative behavior that is shaped by audience expectations. Invisible and surveillance. Those who opt out of social media risk appearing virtually invisible to potential employers who make view a lack of digital presence by suspicion. Conversely, an extensive digital footprint increases a person's vulnerability to scams, theft, identity theft, and targeted exploitations. Narrative control. The digital world creates a powerful technology mediated narrative of a person's identity. However, this narrative can be co-opted by others through cyberbullying, online harassment, or by having an unflattering persona defined for them by an online mob. So, what is the point of me bringing out this definition? The purpose of the microchip is to brand you. But see, it's not going to brand you in the physical way. It's going to brand you in the digital way. You see, digital footprint. So when you go down to the Strong's definition, it means what? To stick, to prick, mark, or insist or punched for recognition of ownership, figuratively a starved service. So it's something that's physical, but it's going to have all of your information on it, your criminal history, everything about you is going to have, those microchips is going to have on you. So let's get Revelation chapter 14, start at verse 9. We're going to close out with that. For those that don't know about the microchip, or don't know about the MOTB, don't take it, man. Don't take it. If you don't take nothing from this lesson, just know, don't let them put that microchip inside you, man. You don't gotta listen to shit I say. Ignore all of that. But one thing you should take from this video: be aware of the microchip and don't take the microchip under no circumstances. You got it, brother.
So you want what book now?
Revelations 14 and 9.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
And what is that? That is the nuclear destruction That's what the fire and brimstone is all about. Those that take the MOTB, the micro C hip, in their right hand or in their foreheads, they're gonna die by way of the nuclear bombs going off, man. They're gonna be here when those missiles hit drop ground zero because the Lord is gonna make sure of it. He's gonna preserve you. He's gonna keep you alive till those bombs hit ground zero, which hits America. So if you take the chip, if you take this micro C hip, you're gonna die in that nuclear destruction. And we pray that the Lord give us the spirit and the strength and the courage to endure the time of testing, which is the time when the MOTB will be made mandatory. Go ahead, brother.
Revelation chapter 14, starting again at verse 10. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture, concentrated, into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
So how are they going to be tormented while fire and brimstone? By the nuclear bombs that we was going into earlier.
That's right.
The Lord is going to use these different nations to drop nukes upon America. Even America's allies are going to shoot bombs on this place. And those that take the micro C hip are going to be living. They're going to be here and they're going to be on the soils of America. They're going to be conforming to Esau's system. And then next thing you know, they're going to see those nuclear bombs getting shot off and they're going to be hitting ground zero. And all of them are going to fucking die, man. So we encourage you not to take the chip, because you take the chip, you're going to die a very, very horrible death when the Lord calls these nations to shoot missiles upon America, because that's how America going to go out. She's going to go out by fire, as the scripture says. Go ahead, bro.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
So the smoke of their torment is sending up to forever, because America is more than 5,000 square miles across, and north, south, east, and west, if I'm not mistaken. And this is a very, very vast place. It's very big, and it's gonna burn for a very, very long time. It's not gonna burn forever. It's just gonna burn for a long time, and that's why the scripture says the smoke of that torment is sending up, forever and ever, because that's what just referring to a very, very long period of time. It's gonna take a long time for this fire to go out, and America's just gonna be fucking burning, man. It's gonna be burning. You have all kinds of gas and natural gas and all types of things that are, just naturally flammable. You got oil fields, things of that nature. So this place gonna burn for a very long time. Even right now in Pennsylvania, I forgot about this, but one of the apostles, one of the elders had brought it out recently. There's a city in Pennsylvania, still to this day, that there's a fire burning in that city, even unto this day, man. That shows you right there example of something burning forever and ever. And it also shows you how ready this place is to blow. Man, if fire hitting all of these flammable places at once, man, this place gonna go boom. It's gonna get the big boom. You gotta think about all the different types of chemical plants, or the different fuel, oil fields, and gas tanks, and natural gas lines, and all of this shit gonna blow, man.
And don't forget about your military bases. They full of all kind of flammable material, plus bombs and different types of ammo, and
and think about all
fuel, airplane fuel.
And
man,
think about all the gas stations you see. You see how many gas station there is out here, man?
The
right amount of heat hit them places, man. Them places turn into a fucking explosive, man.
That's right.
Boom. So when this place blow, it's gonna blow, man. It's gonna go. And it's gonna burn for a long time, man. And that's exactly what Yahweh Bashim Shah saying. Because when those nuclear missiles hit, they gonna destroy every fucking thing, man. Like the scriptures speak about, there's gonna be a destroying wind, because it's gonna destroy everything. Those bombs gonna destroy everything. The flames, it's gonna destroy everything. Everything gonna go boom, man. This place is a bomb ready to happen, man. That's all we had through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Prophecy is our main focus, and in this lesson, we was primarily focused on the two main prophecies that we're looking forward to, which is the MOTB, which micro C hip, and the World War III, which is going to be fought with fire, with nuclear bombs, nuclear missiles by Russia and its allies, and also America's allies are going to shoot missiles on this place, as it says in the Book of Revelation. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. You got any for closing words or phrases, brother?
I don't have anything, brother.
So with that, we're gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh.
Bahasham,
Rakak. Double honors to our apostles and to the elders, the great millstone that rule and teach well. Much peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. When I say shalom,
Shalom,
Om Yasharallah,
Ram Yasharallah,
shalom to the elect, shalom.
Shalom.